Alright, so the mic ain't muted. I'm gonna go on a little rant, so to speak, or... Okay, it ain't really a rant. It's more so a, What? I did not want to change my calling card, son. Hold on, just a second. Alright, so... My goals for this year, my plans for this year are quite simple. You know, we're going into Modern Warfare 3, 2023, 2024. I got Orion on every single default and add-on gun in this game. Almost have the Ultra Weapon Mastery completed. Dropped my nukes, done my fair share of things on this game. But I want to essentially inform those who care, or anybody, essentially, what my ideas, plans, goals are for this year's Call of Duty. November 10th, 2023. That is when this next game is launching. I want people to know what I'm planning to do with the channel, with this next game, and what to expect. So those of you who don't know, I have had this issue with this game since Season 3. I didn't really play a lot of it in Season 3. Or, I should say, I did play a lot of pubs, or, ranked, I should say, after that. Season 3 is where I kind of dropped off. I didn't want to play as much. I stopped playing for a while altogether, punched my monitor screen out. Because I came from Season 2 Platinum into Season 3, and Season 3 was just a complete different animal. The game just was not working for me. It's been lagging, stuttering, losing frames since. To this day, it still acts the same way. It's hit or miss most games. I feel like my ping in the top left, I always have it viewed. Same with the packet loss. It seems like a lie. So whatever they did in Season 3, they essentially broke the game. And the only reason I have the Season 4 Silver is because I was Season 2 Platinum, and you just drop back a rank each season. Like Season 3, I ended in Gold, and I didn't even play. Tried a couple games, punched my monitor out because of the lag, the stuttering. I just was not dealing with it, okay? So, that's more so why I do what I do anymore, the reverse boosting, the bullshit, whatever. I don't go live really as much. When I do go live, I'm working on challenges and grinding. I try not to take this game serious to heart because it's frustrating. The lag, the stuttering, whatever the hell it is, it's infuriating. Especially when you look at it like X-Pro MVZ, you know, his game is just so smooth. And I see other people on Reddit and other groups with the same issue as me, even on PC, that they're complaining about the frames lost and the stutter lag, whatever it is. I can only think it's probably the matchmaking or something relevant, or something like such. And I'm going to come out and be honest this year. I've always been honest about what I've done prior, but this year is going to be different on how I'm going to go about doing things. I'm taking the streamer setup, essentially, method, and I'm applying it this year. Ultimately, the long-term goal is to build a PC. I'm very ignorant on the fact of, like, I know jack shit about PCs on what I'm trying to run, but I'm going for an X-Pro MVZ build. And when I say X-Pro MVZ build, I mean I want them 300 frames per second on Call of Duty. It looks fucking smooth. It looks beautiful. I want that. And I already looked into it, I looked around, and I figured out what I essentially need, and in a build, it's going to cost roughly anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 to build this setup. Quite pricey, especially just to have the slight edge on the opposition. And that's what I'm also going to get into. The opposition isn't going to be SBMM this year. I'm not dealing with it. I'm not dealing with another year of it. It's not fun. They want to choose to keep it in the game, or as thick as it is, it's just not worth fucking dealing with. I play COD to have fun. I play COD to make content. and I'm going to explain, like, yes, I'm going to reverse boost this year. And what I mean by that is I'm going to do it the way that everybody else has done it, that has 4 or 5 KDs, 10 KDs. I'm doing it that way this year. You know, I was going to do it with my PS5 and then have that be the host and just have the PC be the main, but it's going to take a little bit to get to that 3, 4, 5 grand mark, because my job is essentially partially seasonal, so to speak. It's going to be busy, very much so, throughout the holidays, and then I'm going to only drop down to 15 hours a week, part-time hours, when it's not the holiday season anymore. But that is not a bad thing. My wife, essentially, we're not exactly married yet. She's pretty much a realtor in a sense. She deals with, not realtorship, but like office type setting things, where she sells insurance, life insurance, all these different policies, whatever. And those of you who know anything about that type of trade, you make a lot of money doing it, and, you know, she already told me, as long as I can pay what I need to pay, she doesn't mind. You know, those of you who don't know where I have started recently, I went from good old Smiles, you know, the blue uniforms, the teal blue uniforms, and, you know, the infamous random memes of our employees. Cough, cough, Bezos, Amazon, you know. I was driving for Amazon for a year, okay? And it wasn't a bad job. It was pretty laid back for the most part, but you start seeing the bullshit as you go on. And I understand that's with any company you get into, but what my problem was in the long-term cycle of things, I was seeing people there 4 or 5 years and they were only making like $23 an hour. That's crap. For a driving job, that is absolutely crap. 4 or 5 years and you're only making $23 an hour, that is absolutely dog shit. Terrible. Absolutely fucking awful in where the side of the world that I am on. You know, for 4 or 5 years worth of work, driving, all the stress, the headaches, the physicalness of the work, it was not worth putting more time and effort into that company. So yeah, I left. You know, I left at, let's see, 25 an hour. You know, I didn't get my yearly raise, and I was just like, you know what? I talked to a couple of the guys, you know, they were there 4 or 5 years. They're only making like 22, 23, you know, 24 at most. And I'm like, dude, that's 4 or 5 years of your life that you're putting into a job that's incredibly stressful. Driving for a company, being a delivery service provider, whether it be Amazon, UPS, USPS, any of them, they're stressful, they're frustrating. There's so many dangers and hazards that you may come across between dogs, aggressive people, somebody might pull up on you, try to rob you. You know, you see in the videos online, you may have. It happens. And you talk to the other drivers, it does happen. People get attacked by dogs all the time. But I'm going UPS. That is where I'm going. I've already gotten all my testing done. The problem with this position and what a lot of people don't like about going to this company per se, is that you start out essentially as a part-time, whatever they need you as. You know, they teach you, you know, loading and different warehouse trades. I'm going to be a driver, but it's only going to be a seasonal driver thing. Once the seasonal work is over, which is, you know, holiday, Christmas, this time of the year where people are ordering a lot of crap, I might get a lot of overtime. I might make some decent money. I will go down to being, you know, just somebody that's working 15 hours a week doing warehouse labor, which is fine. We will still be able to pay what we need to pay, but it will also essentially be, like, I'm not going to be wasting my time and my life away within this company, because those who know anything about the workforce right now, they may have heard that UPS went on strike a while ago, and their union job, who essentially they settled on renegotiating with the employees and such on policies and how things work. You know, after 4 or 5 years of UPS, you can cap out at the max wage of $49 an hour. And yes, you heard that right. That's regular time. That's not overtime. You know, I'm willing to put however many years I need to into doing whatever part-time labor that they give me. And that's why a lot of people don't stay at UPS. It's because you're just doing whatever the hell they need you to do. You get lack of hours until they do need you on the road, or until they do open up a spot. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I've been a driver for a year with Amazon, and it's an incredibly stressful job. And hey, man, when I'm done with the seasonal and I'm just going back to working like 3-4 hours a day, getting like 15, 20 hours a week, my bills are still gonna be paid. Everything's fine. Like, I'm chilling. Food in the house, bills are paid. Everybody's got their money that they need to be getting. I'm chilling. And where that opens up opportunity is like, okay, first off, I'm investing my life and my future into a company that later down the line, no matter how long it takes, however many years it takes, I'm going to be a driver at some point, and I'm going to be making $40 to $49 an hour, and it's well worth the wait. On the other end of things, Amazon, 4 or 5 years, you're still making $20, $23, $24 an hour. 4 or 5 years of your life just wasted, 4 or 5 years at UPS, I could very damn well be making $49 an hour. It's just a matter of putting the time in, growing up, climbing up the ladder of seniority, learning as much as I can. And they told me flat out, like, learn as much as you can. People call out, learn this position. People call out, learn that position. Do what you can. Keep yourself busy. Don't call out any days. No sick days, none of that. Just keep yourself very open. And I'm gonna do it. And that's really nothing, honestly. Like, a lot of people, they can't afford it because 15 hours, 20 hours a week, it's not enough. Me, I can live off that, honestly. My pretty much wife, like I said, she is an insurance salesperson, essentially. She deals with life insurance, different insurance policies and shit. It's business stuff, it's office stuff where, at minimum she'll make like 85 grand in a year, and that alone can take care of her finances. I'm not living off her, but she said I could be the stay-at-home dad that works, my part-time hours, pays my portion, and, I do more cleaning and this, that, whatever. But she also understands that I kind of want to make a career out of gaming as well. It's a hobby, it's a pastime. I think this year I'm going to try to take it more serious. I may honestly delete this channel, or just keep it around as just like a vault, so to speak, for older content. I think I'm going to start fresh this year. I might make a new username and just completely start fresh. I don't know how I'm going to go about doing it. I need to think of a catchy name, something shorter letters, and just something that's not overly used or overly played out. Just something unique that I can figure out this year to use. The problem with growing this channel and rebirthing this channel is no matter how much I upload it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. I have 1,400 and some change subs, and the problem is that I did a lot of sub for sub back in the day. I went dark plenty of times. I think that's what fucking Ghost said. Ghost said that? I don't know. I've went months, even a year, without streaming for a while and uploading content. That's what killed my channel, ultimately. And that and a lot of sub for sub, just trying to hit the mark. Do not do that. Do not do sub for sub. Don't do watch for watch. Don't do any of that. Like for like. Don't do that. That is not a way to grow your channel. That's a way to. It's like a cheat essentially. It's not going to further increase growth. Because when you have a bunch of subs, 1,400 is not a lot, but it's a starting point. It's a good starting point. It's a good stepping stone. The problem is when you're not getting the views to match, or even a quarter or a good percentage of those views versus subscribers, it does not look good on your channel. It makes people look at me like, this person view botted, this person sub botted, this person did this, they did that, whatever. They're not worth the time to watch, okay? But yes, I plan to potentially make it a channel this year. I don't know what I'm going to name it. I don't know what I'm going to do, essentially. But I'm going to try to take it more serious. Unfortunately, being that this UPS gig is going to be seasonal for me driving, I'm going to be getting a majority of my hours probably potentially October, November, December. I'm not going to get the Head Start grind as much as I wanted to with Modern Warfare 3. I wanted to get a good head start on that game. I wanted to get some hours into that thing and just try to get a good grind going. But those hours are going to matter. They're going to be important for later on. because I do plan to build a PC this year. I do plan to invest $3 to $5 grand into. I don't know crap about PCs, like I said. I think I did like a 13,900K, whatever the fuck that is, the chip or something. Like, I don't know, motherboard or. Dude, I don't know jack shit about it. I know some of the specs of things that I need. I was looking into like what X Pro has, and I want more along the lines of what he has in performance, because I don't want to deal with another year of stuttering, lagging. Whatever the hell broke this game in Season 3, I can't be the other one. I know I'm not the only one. I've seen people on Xbox have the same issues. I've seen people on PlayStation have the same issues. I've seen people on PC have the same issues. I've seen Reddit post this, that, whatever. I just never seen it addressed by any of the gaming companies or any fix for it, so. But, you know, you look at X Pro's content, you know, his game just runs super smooth, super crisp, super clean. $3 to $5 grand is totally worth the price point. I want to be able to run 300 frames. I want to be able to, you know, see things when I should see things. Get that little bit slight edge, and yeah. But I damn well would be buying like a PS4 or something. You know, they're cheap. They're dirt cheap. $120. I can pick one up for 2 controllers, and then I got to figure out some sort of way to keep a membership on the account or something, on one of the accounts, because I can't keep both accounts on there. Because I'm definitely I'm doing what they do. I'm doing it this year. I don't care. I'm going to have a host. If you don't know what I mean, what I'm referring to is X Pro, Korean Savage, all them guys, any of them, they have another console. They all have secondary consoles. They all have the host quote-unquote account that searches for their game. They're level 1. They got butchered stats, where their main account will join on them mid-game as they're searching, and then they back out the bot accounts, and then boom, they got quote-unquote god-tier lobbies. I'm going to do a bit of that this year. I don't know how much I'm going to exploit it, but I'm going to exploit it. I mean, I feel like COD is probably... It's going in the right direction anymore. Sledgehammer seems to be listening to the community to an extent. But SBMM is not a COD thing. It's Activision. The only thing we can hope and pray for is that Microsoft does something with it. You know, they make enough money, they have enough money. Maybe they lower it, maybe they listen to the community a bit. Like, it is not genuinely helping anybody. You know, I don't even want to put people on blast, but, like, that shit ain't helping nobody, okay? I'm gonna be frank here. Be real frank here. We'll go to KDRs. Mine ain't shit, but, like, I've killed myself on this count plenty of times and went AFK a lot, and, you know, I've ran on everything, so, like, that's not even... My stats could be higher if I didn't fuck around a lot on this account and kill myself on this account and go AFK 10 matches in a row, or all the dumb shit I've done. Could be higher. I'm gonna go down for, like, let's see. Let's look around. Ah, this kid. I've nuked him a couple times. 0.78 KDR. I mean, it's not even the lowest in the bracket. You see X Pro? Like, people look into the players that they play against. They got like 0.25s, 0.50s, 0.35s. Whatever. This kid apparently went on a 24 gun streak at some point. I don't know when or how, but nuked him plenty of times. He still plays. Matchmaking really ain't protected him all that much. Even without me destroying his stats, the stats are pretty destroyed already. Even though they want to keep people... I'm not even going to put my boy on blast. That's my boy, but, like, again, he's someone, he's not with the skill-based matchmaking bullshit. He is not with the skill-based, bro. Like, he does not view it as something that's helpful. And those of you who know, like, me and him can go into queue together. It's going to queue off of my shit. My recents, this, that, whatever. So, like, any of my friends queuing with me, especially after I've been sweating my ass off and have my recent games, like, just absolutely high-end stats, like 3, 4 KDRs, over 1,000 score per minute. Like, yeah, we're gonna get bad lobbies. This is just, it's crazy. COD wants you to have a 1.1 or a 1.0 completely. Win-loss, KD, everything. They want people to have fun. and it's supposed to quote unquote protect the casuals. Well, you know, it doesn't exactly protect the casuals. It pisses off a lot of the casuals even so more. You know, my boy Starbread, like I said, like he is a casual, as you can see. He wants to run around, he wants to shoot, he just wants to get them kills, like whatever. But he doesn't like SBMM. He thinks it's fucking stupid. He thinks it's bullshit. We can't really play together with me trying my absolute hardest every game because we will get my lobbies. And my lobbies are not fun for casual players. Not at all. Where's his remote? Oh, it's over here. You can laugh. Being a crouch for it. Is your Call of Duty mobile download or no? You didn't want to play it. It's not that bad on mobile. You know, and people need to understand. There are people out there that defend SBMM, thinking it's just like, oh, it's pro player wannabes, it's sweats just wanting to pub stomp the casuals, this, that. It's like not even really that. Like I said, somebody who pays bills is somebody who works full time. Somebody who works, pays bills, has kids, has a life outside of gaming. One doesn't want to just hop on and consistently sweat all the time. Yeah. You gotta make an account though. Oh, jeez. Oh, you can go guest. Yeah, you can go guest mode. It's fine. Dude, I don't even know. What do you want your name to be? Assuming that they have that, but okay. Nickname already in use. Alright. Yeah, I got it. I got a name for you. What? No way, dude. I got it. Demon Junior. You can't do that because it's definitely taken. Hey, you'll be one day. I'll teach you. I got you. You already had a good start. I mean, Fortnite's not my cup of tea, but like you learn. It's still a shooter to some extent. You were still dropping kills in my lobby, so I had him playing my account at one point. Well, not this account. I had another account that I was making just for fun, just to screw around with. He didn't do too bad. But anyways, SBMM just quite literally punishes the above average player. That's all it does. It punishes the above average player, and that's all it quite literally does. You know, somebody could be above average and play 1 hour a day, or they could play 5, 10, 15, 20 hours a day, whatever. It's going to punish the guy that plays 1 or 2 hours a day. Now, I've been putting more and more time in the game lately, but I've been doing my classes from my job. Right now I'm on the online classes essentially, and that's what I've been doing. That's why I've been home a lot more. Right now I'm being essentially paid to do virtual classes until I get my in-person training. What? Oh yeah, you got combat training on there, yeah. Huh? I think so, yeah. Or Nuketown, I think. Yeah. I mean, theoretically, it does. It also hurts the casuals too, because theoretically they're not learning much because they're playing against people. If they're assuming they're playing entirely solo and not playing with their better friends, whatever. Alone, playing solo, it's hurting them because they're not learning different techniques. They're not learning different setups. They're not learning how to move or how to push or map rotations. Any of it. They're not learning it because they're not running into the players. Unless those players are getting into their lobbies by reverse boosting. used to have Call of Duty on PS4. It's what I used to play on. Don't know about that. You gotta have Plus. I don't know if you have a Plus membership. No, you see, you can't play with a Plus. Maybe Christmas time. What was I saying? Yeah, it punishes the casuals too. They don't learn how to essentially get better or adapt. You know, older days of COD, like I'm talking pre-Black Ops 2, pre-Advanced Warfare, they didn't have this matchmaking, they didn't have skill-based like that. It was you just versus anybody. You know, it was more randomized, and, you know, I've been that level 1 getting messed up by the 10th Prestige, level 70s in Modern Warfare 2. You know, you just admired them, you got better, you backed out, or you got better. You learned. You learned one way or another.
Guarantee he didn't make his bed yet today.
No, he didn't.
He needs to get the both of them.
You gotta do your 20 minutes worth of reading today, kid, and you gotta make your bed.
Tell him to make his bed and do 20 minutes reading. You need to time him to do that.
Okay, copy that.
Oh, Jesus. Anyways, theoretically, that's the point. Matchmaking does punish the casual. It punishes the better players. It punishes theoretically everybody, if you think about it. The only way you were getting back into those lobbies of, like, people that really needed protection back in those days of where people didn't really exploit it as much, I mean, unless it was, like, Carnage or people like that, they were doing still goofy things. Even Korean back then did some goofy things, like, I'm pretty sure a couple people have heard that he had a friend with a disability that they joined their lobby and ended up nuking him, like, that's pretty shitty. But those days weren't required to skill, like, reverse boost to get okay pub lobbies. I'm talking about, like, Advanced Warfare, like, they still had SBMM, but they were still balanced, so to speak. They more so prioritized connection. I mean, if you were reverse boosting back in those days, you were just getting into, like, disabled people lobbies, which is, like, nobody wants that. We don't want that. We just want casual experience again. Like, that's what we want. Not to go and beat up on fucking people who are, like, slow, autistic, whatever. That's kind of fucked up. People are blind, maybe one-handed, and, like, lacking of... I don't know. We don't want that. Like, honestly, the casual or even above average players, we don't want that. We just want, like, again, random and more prioritized connection. Like, that's more so what we would prefer. And I don't know. It's just a busted system. We all know it exists to solely sell content, and that's really what it is. It's all about selling skins, battle passes, and all. You know, whom of all is going to buy them skins? It's going to be the little kids who are, you know, mid at the game, maybe bad at the game. You know, the 40, 50-year-old or older dads that are either home drinking or just the older guys, you know, they might even be 60, retired or whatever, and they just hop on, and they might not be good at all, but, you know, whatever. It's to protect those players. They might put a fuck ton of time into a game like, you know, M1 Grand. Tapper M1 Grand in Modern Warfare, or World War II. As you know, no, that guy was absolute hot garbage at the game. Dude was top 100 in the world for score in that game because all he did was play that game. He had probably 100 or more days played in that game, and he was still not good at the game. You know, I just don't feel like the community should be protected unless they have like an actual reason to be protected. Like if they are slow or disabled in some aspect or degree, I just don't feel that they should be protected. It's public matchmaking. It's not ranked. There's no point of having protection to where everybody who's slightly average plays against absolute sweats all the time. That's just fucking stupid. Because you can't really categorize all sweats and all good players in the same category. That's crap. One might play again an hour a day after work. The other might play 15 hours a day, lives in their mom's basement. You can't compare that. Just because they play similar or have similar skill levels or skill sets, that's still not right. The guy that puts more time in is probably going to win more. They're probably going to do better more frequently. But again, like, that's still bullshit. That's the argument. Like, there are still people who play casually who are still above average. And I mean play casually as in they play less hours. You know, they may still learn meta shit. They still may go for camos. They still drop nukes. They still could, you know, hold their own and pub stomp and kick ass. But they're not, like, playing 15 hours a day. They're not somebody that doesn't pay bills. They're not somebody that just, you know, that's what their life revolves around. And that's where it hurts everybody, really. It's really where it's hurting a lot of the community. We'll see what happens this year. I don't know. I don't know if Microsoft is gonna change anything with it. Nobody knows. We could all pray, we could all hope. I mean, X Defiance around the corner too. That's gonna have no SBMM, and that's gonna be brought to. I think that's being developed by old Infinity Ward developers, like the old ones, the original people. Fuck it, I'm exploiting it. I'm going to exploit it this year. That's a fact. Double console method, I am doing it this year. I do not care. Like, I might even host for other people to fucking have fun too. Just I don't know. I feel like everybody should do it. I feel like everybody should exploit matchmaking until they just say, you know what, we gotta get rid of this or do something. Because, I mean, since Modern Warfare 2019, it's just not been a casual, chill experience if you're above average. It's just not. Unless you're intentionally playing like shit, reverse boosting, and it's just not. Just very exhausting mentally to just deal with. I mean, there's no essential reason to sweat like crazy in pubs consistently and all the time. Just try to have fun. It's not ranked. It doesn't belong. And where it really does hurt is when you have friends who are above, you know, you got different friends of different skill calibers. You can't even play with them anymore. It's going to be unfun for somebody else in the party. Because it's going to go off of somebody else's, you know, matchmaking. And traditionally, it's going to try to balance it out or whatever. I don't even know if it balances it out, honestly. Like, when I play with Starbred, Philo, it really, when I've been doing real good for multiple games in a row, yeah, it gets to be Sweatfest City. It's like it doesn't even take how he performs, if he doesn't perform well, into account. It's like it just takes mine completely. And again, that hurts.
It hurts those who have friends and, you know, we just want to chill. We just want to chill. You can't have the sweat in the group for that to even be a possibility, I guess. Like, I guess everybody's got to be on the same skill level, skill bracket if they want to party up and just kind of have fun-ish, kind of. Because, like, you have, like, somebody like me in a group of people that vary in skill. In a party, it just gets bad. It gets boring. It gets... Ugh. It just gets very extremely sweaty for them, and that's not fun. That's just not... It might be mid for me, or it might be a little fun for me, but again, that's not fun for everybody else in the squad either. That's where it really sucks. Squad's about, like, making friends, building bonds, making enemies, rivalries, this, that, whatever. Talking that shit. And meeting people online, gaming together and shit. Like, I've always kept it with my 3-man. And since Modern Warfare 2019, like, them two particularly, they really didn't want to fucking game. They really didn't want to play COD anymore. Like, at all. Not as much as we used to. Not in the, like, World War II days. Where it was more randomized and more connection-based. And as the sweat of the group, the tryhard of the group, I really didn't want to fucking play anymore. Grinding my camos, and that was really about it. I didn't really put much time into Modern Warfare 2019. I put some time into it. I was about to finish Damascus, but I forget what the fuck happened. I think I went back to World War II entirely. I was close to having Damascus on that game, and I just stopped playing it entirely. I don't know. Who knows? We'll figure it out. Figure out what the fuck these devs decide to do this year. So far, it seems like they're listening. It seems like Sledgehammer wants to theoretically listen to the community this year, based on posts and based on just like watching Exclusive Ace and a couple others. It seems like they kind of want to listen this year. I mean, I know it's kind of a far stretch because for years we've been saying minimap, minimap, minimap. Modern Warfare 2019, Modern Warfare 2, 2022. We were kind of over the bullshit of having no minimap. Red dots, unless there was you. Like, that's just stupid. Unsuppressed weapons should be on the minimap. Thank God that's returning. Where it's gonna suck is if you run a suppressor and run, you know, outskirts or play the way that I essentially play in those maps. The suppressor's gonna decrease damage, but I'll figure out a way to balance that out. Figure it out. Seems like they do want to listen though. They might want to listen this year. I don't know. Just going on speculation, maybe they really realize that they're in trouble as a franchise because of XDefiant. Maybe they're threatened. I don't know. Why all of a sudden they're listening this year? Why are they bringing back the OG maps from when a lot of people were predicting the Modern Warfare 2 remastered? We only got a campaign. Where is this remaster coming from? All these maps? Is it like leftover content from when they may have had the idea to just do the full launch of Modern Warfare 2 remastered, or? And the reason I feel that they didn't do the Modern Warfare 2 remastered as in like multiplayer and all, and they only went campaign route, was they didn't want it to inflict or impact their newer games or newer titles. Like the year that Infinite Warfare came along, combined with the remastered, that they sold it in a pack, or I guess you couldn't buy it by itself. You couldn't buy either by themselves, so you were essentially forced to either. I think you had to buy Infinite, right? I'm pretty sure you had to buy Infinite to have Modern Warfare remastered. Pretty sure you had to do that, but I'm pretty sure the player count really dwindled, and they probably didn't want the player count to be too far separated. They want everybody to be on the same game. I don't know why it mattered, because quite frankly, both of them were developed by the same, and they were getting money regardless. But I feel like that's why they didn't do the remastered multiplayer for Modern Warfare 2 originally. But we'll see. I mean, we're gonna have Modern Warfare 2 maps, slightly different changes in them, the doors. I played the beta. It looked like my email said 43 hours I put into that beta. That's disgusting. 43 hours I put into that beta, so over a day of playtime into that beta. Messed around. flows, they flow fairly well. One thing obviously that's gonna be different, like when full launch is we're gonna have actual kill streak rewards that are like mid. And I say mid as in like we're not like SAE and sentries, and we were only limited to very few streaks. We didn't have chopper gunners, we didn't have payloads, we didn't have VTOLs, we didn't have harps or advanced UAVs. We didn't have any of the good stuff to grind for in the beta aside from the MGB, which it was very mid. We had very mid streaks. Aside from maybe that Juggernaut Recon, which was, again, that's kind of mid too. I feel like the flow of those maps will play a bit better when people are starting to drop, like, you know, VTOLs or Payflows or just whatever. With full launch, I feel like it'll flow differently. It should. Who knows? SBMM doesn't exactly help the case or cause. Because I think it was Exclusive Ace. Yeah, he made a video talking about the SBMM on his testing account, and he said it's just like a different game. SBMM, different game. With it on, different game from with it off, completely. It's not just because the people are playing different, this, that, whatever. Like, it literally just plays different. And I didn't really get to experience it on that level of, like, how X-Pro and those did, because I feel like your level impacted some of your lobbies as well. And I'm stupid. I didn't exploit it the way that I should have. I should have just got on a phone call with one of my buddies that, you know, I had him download the beta. He was level 1. I should have had it done that instead of just queued with him. Queuing with people will decrease slightly, but it's not going to give the full effect. Because you're queuing together. That's how matchmaking's been working since Modern Warfare 2019. If you queue together and you search, obviously you're going to get your stats and whatnot factored into the equation. I tried to do a bit of reverse boosting in the beta too. I didn't go live. Like, I tried, but it was weird how it didn't really work like Modern Warfare 2. But at the same time, I don't know how many casuals were on that, or lesser like tryhardy players, because it seemed like a lot of the beta was tryhards. I got high hopes this year for the game. TTK is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be weird. My problem with the TTK in that game is engagements when you're going for like a quad or double, triple, whatever. You can be quite literally punished for just playing aggressive. But there's going to be a fix for that in full launch too. They have a quick fix, like perks, so to speak, and equipment, or what we have this year, vests and boots and all that crap. That's what we have this year, so that'll definitely be helpful into keeping the flow and getting feeds and whatnot. It's not like everybody's playing. It's not like everybody's beta experience was playing against X-Pro lobby people. Like, obviously it wasn't like that. Them kids were potatoes that I seen X-Pro and all those people playing against. It's just like, damn, dude, like, you're just mid-map, just quad feed. 5-man, like, I go mid, I might get a double, might get a triple. Somebody's gonna fucking piece me up at some point mid-streak, or I'm gonna have to reload. Like, it just... Quick fix will help that, and of course, using matchmaking will do the same. I wanna see how much that... I wanna see what those lobbies feel like, man. Fuck that. I recommend everybody to do it. I mean, honestly, the used PS4 will cost about $100, 2 controllers. I just gotta figure out a way to put membership on, you know, the console itself, because my main membership's on my PS5, so I'll have to figure that out. It's gonna be a little costly. I'll have to buy 2 copies of the game, but I'm surely gonna fuck with it this year. Hey, I might even host it for people. Fuck it. You just gotta stay in contact or hit me up. Hop on the PS4. You know, shop a lobby for people if they want it. Just because, like, I don't know. I just feel like everybody should have a taste of fucking bot lobbies, quote unquote, so to speak, or casual pub stomping days, to the point of where they may consider removing it entirely. Not enough people are doing it. Not enough people are exploiting it. Too many people are just going with the flow. I just think everybody should do it, like I said. Even if you run into, like, other people that are tryhard sweats, whatever. 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 Shit, I don't know what else would I bring up. I'm pretty sure I brought up everything I wanted to. PC build this year, coming at some point. That's gonna be the long-term investment, so to speak. That's that's a big investment, $3 to $5 grand. I already got the monitor that I want for this setup figured out. Apparently, Alienware has a 500 hertz monitor with like a 0.5 ms response refresh rate or some shit like that. It's fucking crazy. It's just like, what? It's insane. Anything big, I just want a good, fast refresh rate, high FPS. That's all. I didn't even know they made 500 monitors, but like I found one. Alienware's always been pretty nasty with their software and things that they produce. The PC build and things that's going to be expensive the most. I mean, that monitor's going to be like $700, but that'll come after the PC. PC's getting built first. Switched to the DualSense Edge because my scuff is completely shot to shit and I'm not sending it back for repair. Fuck that, it's not worth it. It's just gonna keep happening. I play hard with the controllers, analogs do wear out. It's just part of the game. Stick drift and killing your sprint button does happen. Yeah, the DualSense Edge is probably the way to go because you can just quite literally unplug the analogs, the whole sensors, everything in them. Take probably like 5 to 10 minutes, and then there's literally a replacement kit for it, so it's like $20-$30 I see. Two modules, and they just pop in, like fucking simple, fucking easy work, no soldering, no wiring, none of that bullshit, so that's cool. Upgrade to that. I'm pretty sure they have adjustable triggers on them, so I can get the aesthetic or feel for having hair triggers again. It's not gonna be as good as the mouse click, but it'll be something. Plan to invest quite a bit this year into the gaming setup. Get off this PS5. Bigger desk is definitely gonna be required for a PC because I'm gonna go double monitor. One's gonna be for the. I don't know if one's gonna be for the host or not. I don't know. How am I gonna do that? Because I kind of want to bring up a stream. I want to have Streamlabs or something on a second monitor as well, but I'm gonna definitely need my PC buddy to help set this shit up for me because he knows more about it. I know you can run double screens on one PC, but I also don't know if I want to do that. I don't know how much memory or whatnot that's gonna use up. If it's gonna fuck with the frames or whatever, I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out how all that shit works. My main struggle with switching to PC is going to be, I don't know how you capture games, like footage. It's not as simple as just pressing the share button on PlayStation, holding it in, and just clipping a gameplay. I don't know how PC it works, but I'll figure it out. Yeah, there's a couple things I'm just planning out this year. I still don't even know what the hell I'm going to name the new channel. I do not know. No idea. I don't know. I have to redo it. I have to definitely go for a new name, and I gotta go for just a whole fresh start. 0 sub fucking fresh start, because I did a lot of dying out my channel back in the day, and that is just, I can't come back from it. I just don't see me coming back from it on this channel. Fresh start's probably the way to go, and do it right this time. No sub for subs, no like for likes, no, none of that bullshit. No getting on groups on Twitter or Facebook or whatever and posting my channel link just for somebody to sub for sub, just to try to hit a number or threshold. Like, that's just stupid. I didn't buy my sub, I didn't do any of that bullshit, but I did do a lot of sub for sub, and that is not good. I just wanted to hit the 1,000. It was monetized at a point, and I let it die. I fucked that up. I just stopped streaming. I sold all my shit. But even back then, when I was streaming, I still wasn't getting the engagement that I needed back then. And it solely relied on probably the fact that I put a lot of time into World War II. A lot of the World War II community following me, whether it be the haters or the people that just wanted to learn. But whatever. I'm going to end it there. At some point, I'm going to potentially go live game today, but I'm just not exactly quite feeling it at the moment. Just, Still a bit early. Still a bit early. It's late in the afternoon, but I had to clear my console last night and get a lot of crap off of it. Crap as in just like some mid-game gameplays that were MGBs and shit. But some good, some were kind of mid. Minibot gets old. That's why I try to switch it up lately. But peace.